individual is so possessive and protective over his wife, in the very same way Allah is very possessive over his deen. What will happen through this marriage? Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam says, to bring muhabbat, to bring love, to bring unity. Then few days later, Aisha radiallahu anha, Sayyidina Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu comes back. He knocks on the door, and now he hears Aisha and Nabi sallallahu having a casual, informal discussion. So he knocks in and he says, Adkhilani fi silmikuma kama adkhaltumani fi harbikuma. Can you people now make me part of your happiness as I had to become part of your arguments? So Nabi Sallallahu said, come Abu Bakr, you are always part of us. You are always part of us. Tolerance, that will mend that marriage. That will bring love, that will bring muhabbat. In the riwayat of Abu Dawud, Rahimallahu imra'an qama min al-layl. Oh may Allah, you shower your choices, blessings and favors on that man who stands up in the night. Tawadda'a, performs wudu. Tawassaka, uses the miswak. And then before communicating with his Allah, he comes to his wife and he taps his wife. The riwayat of Abu Dawud. You want joy, my brother? You want happiness? You want it to be when you go home, all your problems end, that the smile of your wife puts an end to the tension of your day. You are received by a wife that is dressed, prepared, anticipating, anxiously awaiting your arrival, who is there to express gratitude and not demand and accuse and criticize. My Nabi says in the riwayat of Abu Dawud, stand up in the dead of night, perform wuzu. But unfortunately today, that very eye that was to tear before my Allah is now looking at obscene scenes throughout the night. That eye that had the tension, that eye that had the potential of quenching the fire of Jahannam, that eye has now invited the wrath of Allah, that it is increasing and intensifying the flames of Jahannam. That hands that were to beg before Allah, those very hands are touching strange and haram women. That man who stands up in the dead of night, and then he performs wuzu. He uses the miswak, and then he comes to his wife. The words of Abu Dawud, Allahu Akbar. And then he tells his wife, come, he taps her. And she looks at him and she says, oh my beloved, it's 2 o'clock. What are you waking me up for? And she turns the other side. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, this man is standing there, caught up in 2 situations. He loves his wife, but he loves Allah more than his wife. He loves the sleep of his wife, but he wants iman for his wife more than he wants sleep for his wife. نَضَحَ عَلَى وَجْهِهَا الْمَاءِ. He then takes water, happily and reluctantly. Happily to make his wife understand that these are the moments to speak with Allah. تَتَجَافَى جُنُوبُهُمْ عَنِ الْمَضَاجِعِ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ خَوْفًا. تَتَجَافَى جُنُوبُهُمْ عَنِ الْمَضَاجِعِ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ خَوْفًا. Those who separate from their beds and communicate with us in the early part of the morning. Nabi alayhi salam says, نَضَحَ عَلَى وَجْهِهَا الْمَاءِ. As he sprinkles the water trickles down her cheeks. She gets up and she looks at him and she says, what's it? So he says, come my beloved, let us stand up and speak with Allah. This husband, in the dead of night, lifts his wife, and then both with muhabbat and affection, sacrificing their sleep. When the entire creation is fast in sleep. When some are in zina, some are consuming wine, some are enjoying strange women. This couple stand up in the dead of night, and then they perform wuzu in the prescribed manner, apply use the miswak, and then the husband performs salah, and the wife says Ameen. The wife makes dua, and the husband says Ameen. My Nabi has made dua for this husband, this wife. When my Nabi has made dua for a couple, brothers, there's nothing that can demoralize or affect that marriage. There's nothing that will bring you more happiness, more joy, more love, more bliss, more cooperation, more understanding than these guidances which is given to us by our spiritual guide and our master. We make dua to the Almighty Allah. He instilled within us these noble characters, these noble qualities, and may Allah give us the tawfiq. Indeed, these 10 days were the days when the Quran takes an oath about it, speaking about resemblance, brothers. Just as bind that gift to resemble on the wrath of Allah, we have been taught in these 10 days not to clip our nails, not to trim our hair, in resemblance of those pilgrims that will be congregating on the Maidan of Arafah in the millions, in resembling them, nothing else. I am not there, I'm not in ihram, I'm not a muhrim. But my Allah has told me, when the moon of Zul Hijjah has been sighted, when the crescent of Zul Hijjah has been sighted, then create a resemblance with those pilgrims that will congregate. Who knows when my mercy will come down, which knows no bounds. Anyone and everyone having the least form of resemblance with those pilgrims will also be uncovered in the forgiveness and pardon at that moment. We make dua to the Almighty Allah. He give us the ability to imitate and emulate the chosen servants of Allah, the guidance servants of Allah. And may Allah protect us, our spouse, our partners, our children, from following Western values and systems. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.